What if everything you've been told about motivation is backwards? What if waiting to feel ready is exactly what's holding you back? You've probably heard it before. You just have to get motivated. But real change doesn't start with motivation. It starts with movement. And in this video, I'm going to show you why the motivation myth is keeping you stuck and how to finally flip the switch on action, even when you don't feel like it. Let's be honest. You already know what to do. You know what habits would change your life. You've read the books, saved the Instagram posts, maybe even watched a few productivity videos. But when it's time to actually do the thing, whether it's the workout, the cold shower, the journaling, you freeze. Not because you're lazy, but because you're waiting for a feeling that doesn't come. The truth is, motivation is not a starting point, it's a side effect. It's a chemical response your brain gives you after you've already taken action. That's why the hardest part is always the first 5 minutes, not the entire task. Getting out of bed, lacing up your shoes, opening your laptop. That micro moment of resistance is where most people quit. And that's exactly where you need to lean in. See, your brain loves consistency. It loves patterns. And the pattern it's used to is we don't act unless we feel inspired. But that pattern can change. And it starts with what neuroscientists call the action motivation loop. Here's how it works. You take a small action, something tiny like writing 1 sentence or doing 10 push-ups. That action gives you a small dopamine hit. That dopamine increases motivation, and that motivation leads to more action. The loop feeds itself, but it only starts when you start it. So if you want to feel motivated more often, don't wait for the emotion. Trigger the motion. Tell yourself, I'm just going to do 30 seconds, or I'll just start and stop if I hate it. 9 times out of 10, once you begin, the resistance dissolves. You build momentum. And momentum is stronger than motivation. This is why so many high performers rely on routines, not moods. They don't negotiate with their brain every morning. They remove choice. They create rituals. They show up whether or not they feel like it. And because they act first, the feeling follows. They've rewired their identity to be someone who acts without needing permission from their emotions. Let's break this into something you can use right now. Pick one task you've been avoiding. Maybe it's studying or creating or reaching out to someone. Set a timer for 2 minutes, that's it. Give yourself permission to quit after that, then begin. No fanfare, no big pep talk, just move. That movement sends a message to your nervous system. We're no longer waiting, we're doing. And here's where it gets deeper. When you repeatedly act without needing motivation, you stop reinforcing the belief that you need it. You stop identifying with procrastination. You stop outsourcing your power to a fleeting emotion. You become self-directed, and over time, that rewires your self-image. You go from someone who can't get started to someone who always follows through. Motivation doesn't live in your mind. It lives in your behavior. It's not a lightning bolt, it's a feedback loop. You earn it through action and you strengthen it through repetition. So if you're stuck in the cycle of waiting, flip it. Shrink the task, lower the bar, start tiny, and let action build its own fuel. In the next video, we're unpacking digital minimalism, declutter your mind in 7 days. If you feel like your brain is cluttered, your phone is always buzzing, and your attention span is shrinking, you don't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button and make sure you're showing up for your own growth every single day. And if this message landed for you, drop a comment that says action over emotion. Let's reclaim our motivation, one small step at a time. And before you go, remember, mindfulness is like a muscle. Train with care, stretch with peace, recover with patience, and show up daily. You'll be stronger when it matters most.